and welcome back to Bunnex Investment Group. It's been a while since I last uploaded a video on this channel due to certain things that had tied me up in my personal life. So before we go further with this video, I would like you to check out our free signals Telegram channel. The link is down below. And if you haven't done so, please make sure you are subscribed on this channel so that you won't miss any updates that I share each and every time. So in this video, we are going to be analyzing the top 3 pairs that I'll be looking at this coming week, which is the second week of March 2021. So as I always do, I start on the USD index. This is basically to give me an idea of where the dollar is going to take us on several pairs. But before we do that, we have to see how the economic calendar is telling us. So firstly, let's go on the economic calendar. So I love to use FX Street for the economic calendar. It's actually clear and you can actually filter to the certain requirements, actually the specific requirements that you want. On this calendar, I have filtered for the high impact news, impact high, and the time zone is my local time zone, which has been derived from the device that I'm using. Basically, this is 2 hours ahead of the GMT time. So we are going to have a high impact news or high impact speech on Monday, which will be from the Bank of England, and it's basically going to affect the pound. Then after that, we'll have a yen. It's basically a release. Then also releases on the same day at 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock GMT time. So it can be seen that this week has no much high impact news. So with that in mind, we can actually trade freely and with ease since there are no much affecting fundamentals. So going back on the charts, so starting on the higher time frame, we can see, or we've been actually analyzing the dollar index as something that had completed the daily cycle. From this point, we have had the first drop, the second drop, and then the last drop. After that, the dollar index issued a multi-month W, which I anticipate a continuation of rise. So the verdict on dollar is that the dollar this coming week will be rising, and that is the edge, or that gives us some odds in our prediction of the other $3 pairs. So the dollar pairs that I'll be looking at this week are euro against dollar, USD against Swiss franc, and the pound against the dollar. So I will start with the dollar, euro against dollar, and the euro against dollar is actually an inverse correlated pair to the dollar index. What do I mean? When the index rises, euro US drops, and when the euro US rises, the index drops. So basically, it's an inverse correlation, although it is not a directly inverse proportion. So on euro against dollar, we have had our peak, then our first rise, second rise, and then the third rise. This actually informed us we have had completed our cycle. However, in the last weeks of February, we once predicted that we expected the euro dollar to come at this point so that it would make a perfect multi-month M. However, it's the dealers who have the power, and they knew that several investors or several retail traders were anticipating to see the pair to reach this level. Unfortunately, they decided to cut that off and to give us a short leg on the M. So since we've reached a verdict of the dollar being strong this week, we are also anticipating to see the dollar taking the bull run in this pair. if I mean the dollar taking the bull run, I just mean the dollar strengthening. So basically this pair is going to be dropping for the few coming days. So going on the H1 time frame, so that we have a clear point whereby we would like to enter the market. We have here the first drop, then the second drop. This actually shows that the cycle on the H1 time frame hasn't completed, and we are still anticipating to see the dollar going down furthermore. So my point of anticipation, or my point that I would like to look for entries, will be around $20. It's $20. That is where I'll be looking to take some shots. Why? Because we still have room for downward move, but it's not wise to enter the market at this point, because we call that you've entered a bleeding market. So we have to see a settlement of price or a retracement, and that retracement will actually issue us a point of entry. However, the price might not reach $20, but along the line would be issued a perfect entry signal, or a perfect entry setup, which might be an M, a half Batman, depending on whatever setup that will be issued. Then the next pair that I will be looking for this week will be US dollar against CHF. On US dollar against CHF, let me clear the objects so that it will be clear to you. US dollar against CHF is also moving in the same manner as the other pairs. We had a peak reset over here, or a restart of the cycle, and then after that we had the first rise, a consolidation, the second rise, a consolidation, and then the third rise. On the third rise, we anticipated to see price flow back to give us a perfect rise. However, they decided not to do that and gave us a straight away. From this point, we can see that the first rise, the second rise, and then the third rise. Then we had an impulse rise, which I anticipate to see a pullback to these levels again, so that I would find an entry point to keep going up. So basically, this is what I'm anticipating to see. This was our restart or our reset of the cycle. So I'm anticipating to see a pullback of price to these levels, or a setup along the pullback, which might be a W or any other buy signal. So basically this pair is going to go up as well. Then pound, which is pound against dollar, actually gave us a consolidation phase, which was confusing a bit. We had consolidation from which was 26 February up to 4 March. The pair was not moving in any direction, and it actually accumulated a lot of contracts, and several traders lost money within this phase. So as you can see, we have had the first drop and the consolidation, the second drop. Then expecting to see, as you can see, we are on M15 time frame, and on that time frame we have had the M15 peak here, and the first drop, the second drop. I expected to see the third drop as the markets open, and after seeing that third drop, we will have to see price retracing to the 200 EMA, so to give us a short entry. So basically, these are the pairs that I'll be looking to trade this week alongside the other pairs that I can't share here. And if you would like to be trading alongside my entries, you can join the Free Signals Telegram channel and ultimately be a member of the paid chat. So have a good trading week, and do not forget to be patient and be disciplined, because that's the whole essence in this business. Have a good time.